Old Bill was feeling annoyed, irritated, and very upset. He'd been a good husband. Yeah, I mean, he'd always been faithful. He always gave his wife Mary her housekeeping money on time, in line with inflation, and he always gave her enough so that she got enough left over for anything she wanted for herself. So yeah, he was feeling very irritated, annoyed, and upset. What had happened? He'd been in the town, and in the antique shop, he'd seen a set of Encyclopedia Britannica for 120 quid. Now, he'd always wanted a set of the Encyclopedia Britannica, and he'd gone home and he'd said to Mary, he said, there's a set of Encyclopedia Britannica in that antique shop down the road. He said, they only want 120 quid. He said, I'm going to buy it. Going to buy the Encyclopedia Britannica, said Mary. 120 quid? No, we can't afford that. Well, Bill said, well, I can afford it. I've saved up for it. It's something I've wanted for years and years, and you never see them. They never come up. Not in this condition. I mean, one of the very first editions. It's complete, and it's only 120 quid. No. We're not having that. So hello, George.
Hello, we've got to do some chainsaw.
Ah, well, that's ruined my Christmas story, folks. I'm sorry about that. George is here. We've got to do some chainsawing. Say hello, George.
Hello.
I'm George. What? Who's that there, George? Where you gone? Come back. Say hello. George.
I'm a producer.
Oh, you've just ruined my Christmas story I was telling. That's it.
We've got things to do,
Yeah, okay, right. Okay. I'll be right with you.
I just watched now.
Hey?
I've watched this last bit.
Well, it's not the last bit. It was going on for a few minutes.
Yeah, I'll watch you sign off.
Oh, yeah. Sorry about that. I'll maybe tell you another time. I was kind of making out as I went along anyway. Oh. Right, sorry about that. I'm back. He's still cutting away there. But when it's the chainsaw, we do it together. He's on the saw bench at the minute. So I've forgotten where I was in this story. William had wanted the Encyclopedia Britannica that he'd seen in the antique shop, 120 quid, something he'd always wanted. And Mary, his wife, said no. Well, said William to his wife, Mary, perhaps I could buy myself a Christmas present. I've got a little bit saved up for it. No, she said, no, we're not having it. You're not spending all that money on a set of books. Ridiculous. Well, he never argued with his missus ever. But he was really, as I say, irritated and upset. So he made a little plan. Right, he thought. If I can't have that Encyclopedia Britannica as my own little present, I won't buy her a present for Christmas. And he was very determined about this. It was most unlike him. That wasn't in his nature at all. But he was. I mean, I can't express enough just how upset and disappointed he was that after all these years he'd found the Encyclopedia Britannica in his antique shop, something he'd wanted forever. and she wouldn't let him have it. Oh dear. So anyway, where was I? Oh yeah, Bill, or was it William? I can't remember. I think his wife called him William. All his friends and that called him Bill. I didn't know him personally, so I might mix between the two, William or Bill. I remember his wife's name was Mary. Anyway, she had refused him permission to buy the encyclopedia set of his dreams, and he was furious. Inwardly, he didn't show it, but his revenge was he wasn't going to buy her anything for Christmas, which was a couple of weeks away still. He tried again. About a week later, he tried. Mary, he was almost pleading. Mary, he said, please let me go and buy that encyclopedia set. Please. Oh, no, Bill, you can't. Hang on, she didn't call him Bill, did she? She called him Mary. I'm going to get confused. She didn't call him Bill. She didn't call him Mary. She called him William. Look, I'm doing my best. And, so no, William, we can't afford that money. No, you mustn't buy it. No. And of course, he always did what his wife said. He wasn't, well, not that he was particularly henpecked, but he was sort of, he liked a quiet life. But anyway, this is one time when he was angry. Inside, angry. Never, ever going to buy her a present ever again. But, George. Hang on, I'll stop here. So,
and I've got to do another 5 or 6 wheelbarrows. 5 or 6 times 3 entries into this room.
George.
Sorry. Hi.
I'm recording here, son.
Yeah,
George is bringing the Christmas firewood in. It's a great big fireplace. I can't show you at the minute because it's covered in. It's got one of those washing horse, where you dry your.
Carry on.
Anyway, forgotten where I was now. He. Yeah, William. He wasn't going to buy. I think that's where I was. He wasn't going to buy it. He was festering. He'd pleaded with her again. A couple of days before Christmas, he had another go. Please, Mary, he said. It's all I want. It's just this set of encyclopedias. I've got the money. Please let me up. No, William, she said. We can't afford to spend money on frivolous things like this. Well, William didn't think a set of encyclopedias was frivolous. He thought it was quite an important thing. But anyway, he kept up his determination that he was not going to buy her a present. Christmas Day came. He comes down. She's made him a nice cup of tea. Put him in bed and that. Merry Christmas, she said. Merry Christmas, he said. And he'd come downstairs, and there, beside the Christmas tree, big old parcel, the biggest parcel he'd ever seen. Yeah, up to about there. She said, "You going to open your present then, William?" William panicked. What? Who's it from? Well, it's from me, of course, you silly fool. He's immediately, oh, I haven't got her one. Oh well, she'll learn her lesson in a minute. Anyway, he opens his present, and Well, guess what it was? It was the very same exact set of Encyclopedia Britannicas that he'd seen in the antique shop. He was flabbergasted. He said, "Mary, you've..." "Oh yes," she said. "That's why I didn't want you to buy it." "William," she said, "I'd already bought it. I'd left it there. The bloke was looking after it. He was in on it. He knew. He wouldn't have sold it to you anyway. Couldn't have you spending your money." And no, that's wrong. That's the wrong bit. No, the bloke wasn't in on it. That's another story. I've got this story right, haven't I? Anyway, so Bill, he's beside himself. He's so happy. He's got his set of encyclopedias. And the reason why she said he couldn't have it is because she'd bought it for him already. He hadn't got her a present. What was he going to do? He,
Yeah, if you're sitting there,
oh,
people are going to be coming through. Getting things ready.
yeah, so, well, I've forgotten where I was again now. Oh, yeah, so, of course, he's guilty as anything now. It's Christmas Day. None of the shops are open. What's he going to do? How's he going to get her a present? What he does is he phones up his old mate who's got a jeweller shop. "Please," he said. What's the bloke's name? Dougal, who's a Scots. George. Just recording here. So. He says, "Dougal," on the phone, "I need you to open the shop." "Okay, I'll do that for you," Dougal said, because he was a Scotsman. Dougal. So William goes down to the shop and the jeweller shop. "Merry Christmas," he says to Dougal. "Aye, and a happy New Year to you," says Dougal. "What can I get you?" And William buys the most expensive necklace he could find, up to a value of 120 quid that he'd saved up for the Encyclopedia Britannica. Mary was none the wiser, and he got home and he said, "Oh," he says, "your present's in the other room." So she goes in and there's her present, and she opens it, and it's she says, "Thank you, William. That's the most wonderful present. You really shouldn't have spent that much money." And anyway, that's the end of that story. Really, there's a moral to it somewhere. God knows what it is. As far as I'm concerned, the moral is: don't start telling a Christmas story when people are busy getting logs in and cutting firewood and stuff like that. I wish you all a very, very, very happy Christmas, and a merry one if you like a drink. And I'll see you again soon. Thank you very much for looking in. I'm sorry for all the interruptions. I'm not really. Take care, everyone. Bye. Happy Christmas.